I'm going to make a case to you today why I believe gas prices in the next 24 months could potentially go to $10 per gallon. And yes, that's what I believe. $10 per gallon next 24 months based on a lot of different factors. If you agree with my argument once I make it, smash the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, put a thumbs down. I'm okay. I want to kind of see how you feel about this. By the way, we're going to look at the following data in today's video. Number one, we're going to look at which country gas prices are the most expensive as well as cheap. We're going to look at which countries have the most EV, electric vehicles, being driven, and is there a correlation between countries that are fully going green and high gas prices because they're trying to influence people from not driving gasoline powered cars. We'll look at gas prices the most in cities, states, and we'll look at consumption. We'll look at many different data as well as auto manufacturers. Are they going away from gasoline powered cars? So having said that, let's get right into it. So here's what we're looking at. Number one, Biden administration makes the move to go electric vehicles. That's the direction they're going to. That's what they want people to do. And remember that he has control by creating additional taxes to influence you to get away from gasoline powered vehicles. So now that's the administration. Now you have to realize that auto manufacturers make decisions based on having lobbyists that are working with the government, whispering to them, you better get away from oil, gasoline powered cars because eventually we may ban it. Could that really happen? Now let's take a look. I don't want to speculate. Let's take a look. So here's what we're looking at. All the promises automakers have made about electric cars. So GM releases their new 2022 Chevrolet Bolt, is what you're looking at here, February 14, 2021. Jaguar's talking about that's the direction they're going to go in 2022. Mercedes is coming out with their EQS by the end of the year in 2022. Ford intends to start production of F-150 Lightning, which is an electric version of America's best-selling vehicle, by the spring of 2022. Here's Honda talking about their cars. Mazda's planning on coming out with theirs. Nissan, 8 EVs by the end of the year in 2023. In 2024, Land Rover is going to be all electric vehicle cars that they're coming out with. Volvo's announcing theirs by 2024. 2025, Audi plans on having 30 electrified vehicles by 2025. 20 of those models will be EVs. BMW said as early as 2017 it expects to have hybrid and electric vehicles to account for 15 to 20% of its global sales by 2025. Ford says it's investing $29 billion into it. This continues. Hyundai, Toyota plans to launch 60 new hybrid cars is what they're talking about. Volkswagen is talking about 1.5 million. I can go on and on and on. So why are they going in that direction? Watch this one here. By 2030, a UK ban on the sale of diesel and gas-powered cars is expected to go into effect. Let me read this to you one more time. By 2030, a UK ban on the sale of diesel and gas-powered cars. So imagine I make cars, they're diesel and gas-powered, and I want to sell it in UK. It's a waste of time to produce it because it's going to be banned because nobody can sell it. So the government is controlling what manufacturers are going to make with their cars. Mitsubishi is planning on having 50% of its sales being from electric or hybrid cars, right? Volkswagen's targeting 60% of the European market. This, I can go on and on and on talking about what these guys are going to be doing, right? You can read this article. I'll put the link below. Now let's take a look at the most expensive and cheapest gas prices worldwide. If you're taking a look at this here, here's as of yesterday, as recent as yesterday. Cheapest gas right now, if you want to buy per gallon, it's in Venezuela. You know how much it is? 7 cents. Yes, 7 cents. You know what country in the world has the most oil? It's Venezuela. Not Saudi Arabia, not Iran. It's Venezuela. Look at Iran, 23 cents. Look at Kuwait, $1.30. Nigeria, $1.54. Iraq, $1.94. You go down Qatar, $2.07. We go to Azerbaijan, $2.27. Colombia, $2.28. Saudi Arabia, $2.32. Dubai, $2.42. Russia, $2.54. Let's see where U.S. is at. Turkey is $3.48. U.S. $3.47. Now let's go to the bottom. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Most expensive. You ready? Hong Kong, $9.67 a gallon. Lebanon, $8.70. Netherlands, $8.70. Norway, $7.98. Denmark, $7.59 a gallon is what we're talking about. Israel, $7.56. Portugal, 750. Greece, Finland, Sweden, they're all over 7. Italy, France, UK. Everybody I said outside of UK is over $7. UK is $6.95. Now, these are gasoline, price per gallon gas in these countries, right? Now let's look at the top 10 greenest countries in the world. Greenest countries in the world. If you can see this data, let me make it a little larger for you. Number 1, Denmark has the highest score of 82.5. Let's see where Denmark scores on the highest gas prices. Do you notice a correlation there? It's interesting. Go green, don't buy gas because we're going to raise taxes, so you don't buy it. It's going to be expensive if you want to buy it from us. You think that'll motivate? If gas prices were $7.59 right now and you're living in Toledo, you're living in Miami, Chicago, LA, would you maybe be inspired to go buy an EV vehicle fairly quickly? Would you? You don't think this may be something they're talking about and seeing it in the administration? We got to kind of get away from them to buy these other cars. Let's continue. That's just one country. Maybe I'm just speculating. Luxembourg, the second largest country in the world when it talks about going green. Where are they at on this ranking? Are they cheap? Nope, $6. Okay, maybe that's just two of them. How about Switzerland, UK? You already know where UK is at, $6.95. Switzerland, $6.57. France, Austria. Let's look at France and Austria. Here's France, $7. Austria, it's a little cheaper for you, $5.76. Do you want me to continue? Do you kind of, by the way, you do this with every one of them. Norway, Germany, Sweden, Finland. They're all on the same list. Are they trying to drive people away from that? Now, if we look at gas prices history-wise, here's what you're looking at, how much gas prices were. I was in the Army in 1999 when gas prices were 98 cents a gallon, 96 cents a gallon, 98 cents a gallon, cheaper than what it was in 1993. And in gas prices, if you remember, it peaked around $4 in 2008, $4.14, and got a little bit higher in the threes, and then came back down from 2016. It was $1.87, it was $1.98, $1.93. No one's really been too stressed out about gas prices. Today, if you look at gas prices, Memorial Day weekend 2021, about a month and a half ago, who are the states with the highest gas prices? Pennsylvania, $3.15. Then you got Idaho, Illinois, Alaska, Utah, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Hawaii. Anybody surprised that California is $4.16? By the way, is it $4.16 because that's the price of gas? Or is it $4.16 because the state of California added a gas tax to it? So where am I going with this? Here's where I'm going with this. Countries with oil consumption. U.S. is the highest, more than anybody else. Then it's China, then it's India. These guys have 5 times the amount of population as we do. We consume more gas than they do. Matter of fact, world consumption of gas, oil, is United States, 20%. We have 330 million people, 340 million people, 8 billion people in the world, of which 20% of all the oil is going through U.S. And in 2019, we became the first time where we're energy independent since 1957. We're using less oil than we're actually producing. We're independent of that, right? So we're kind of going that direction. This was good news that came out. But let me continue with my idea here with gas prices. Why do I think gas prices are going to go up? Think about it this way. Current administration wants to push you to go buy EV. Whether you agree with that or not, it's go green, it's climate change, it's save the planet, it's, we have to drive electrical vehicles. Manufacturers are responding to that. So if you were on their campaign, if you were on their administration, how would you suggest doing this? There's really 2 ways of doing it. One is pain, one is pleasure. Pleasure is what? If you go get an EV vehicle, we're going to give you $10,000 write-off if you buy a brand new car, Okay, so it's pleasure. I'm going to get a write-off. I'm going to get tax benefits. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. Or they can do the other way, which historically many politicians have used, which is what? It's called pain. And how do you do it with pain? It's called sin taxes. What are sin taxes? Sin taxes we have on sugar, on cigarettes, on alcohol, on soft drinks, on casinos, on porn, literally porn. I can go on and on and on and tell you all these different sin taxes. What if the administration sat there and they said, you know what? How soon do we want everybody to go to EV? What if somebody like an AOC makes the phone call and says, hey, if you really think this is that big of a deal, why don't you put a $3 tax, a $4 tax, a $5 tax on anybody that goes and buys gas cars? Now, they can't do it suddenly because if they did, there'd be a strike and it'd be the ugliest thing they could do. But could they gradually turn the knob to create the kind of pressure for you where at the dinner, you're sitting there with the family, you're talking and saying, babe, I don't know if you heard what just happened right now. What's that? I think it's time we go buy that Tesla. I think we go buy that EV. I think we go buy that electrical vehicle. So what does this mean long term? If you thought the stocks of these electrical vehicle companies are going to go up, whoever's got the biggest market share, take a Tesla. If you think they were maybe going to go up, the direction politics is going and the direction how they can influence that based on what many European countries are doing to control people from not driving oil and gasoline powered vehicles, we may be going in that direction. Could it happen in the next 2 years at $10? I don't know. But all I can say to you is what we're currently looking at, if the administration really wanted to push all of us to go in that direction, they could probably do it in many different ways, pain or pleasure. You may agree with this, you may not agree with this. Again, if you do agree with this, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, put your thumbs down. But if you want to find out a little bit more on topics like this, I did a video a month ago on specifically the topic of inflation, which a lot of people are talking about. When inflation does happen, who wins and how do we come up with this concept of inflation? What triggers inflation going up? If you've never watched that video, click over here to watch that video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.